Yo, what's going on, guys? Let me fix my microphone here. I'm gonna go live. Sweet. All right, so I'm gonna make sure that video is good. This is the first time I'm going live from my MacBook. I'm out on the patio. Get some of that natural look here. So let me double check here, make sure everything's good. Awesome, looking good. Nope. Okay, now you can hear me. Cool. If you are watching, let me know, leave a comment so I can know that you're watching live. And let me kill this Facebook stream here. I'm going to give everyone just a few minutes here to get caught in. See, we got 4 people watching. What's going on? If you guys are watching, comment below. Say, hey, I'm here. Let me know where you're watching from. Are you on the road? Are you in line at the grocery store? Are you in the office? Let me know. I'm curious to know. Martin's watching from Scotland. What is going on, Martin? Glad to have you here. Talking about live streaming is not the live streaming is not about the tech. And I'm some people are gonna get upset about this and delete, stop watching, move on, and those people are just lying about themselves. And I'm sorry, but that is the case. I'm gonna wait just a minute here till more people come on. 12 people watching. Let's get to 15 and then I'll start. Give it a couple more minutes here. If you got any questions before I start talking about the topic at hand, live streaming, not about the tech. This is kind of a bonus thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk here about how live streaming is not the tech and how to have a more successful live stream, whether you're just going from your phone like here, if you're just using your MacBook like I am, or if you got a whole desktop broadcast setup going on. No matter what you're using, the live stream success is not going to be dependent on the tech. Yes, the tech helps, but the live streaming is not dependent on the tech. That's like saying the health of your marriage is dependent on how good of a house you live in. We got 16 people watching. Let's get started. Let me pull up my notes here. So, yeah, thinking that live streaming is about the tech is kind of like saying your marriage, the health of your marriage is dependent on how nice of a building you're in. It's like saying the quality of your parenting is dependent on the gifts that you give on your kids. You can have a healthy marriage and be homeless. You could have, granted, you don't want that. You can have great parenting skills and grow up living underneath the poverty line, and you can still have some very successful children. So, and you can do church either on the sidewalk, you could do church in the home. You don't have to have a large auditorium worship building with all the amenities to have a successful church. To do discipleship, you don't have to have all that. It's nice to have, and it makes the ministry job a lot easier. It makes your marriage a lot easier. It makes parenting a lot easier when you can afford things like books or the learning toys, the coding toys. My daughter loves coding toys. I got her the Osmo, spelled OSMO. Go look it up. It's a little camera you put on your iPad, and it allows her to tactilely learn coding in this app. It's insane. It's awesome, and she's learning with it. But that isn't the definition of success. So KHEA said audio is the most important of anything, hands down. You can't have success without it. That's true. Okay. But again, you can spend $1,000 on audio, or you can use just the audio coming out of your phone, and you'll find success. Um, if it is successful, if live streaming depended on the tech, let me ask you this. I looked at 2 churches today. I looked at their YouTube that are A, streaming from just their phone, B, streaming from their laptop that is about a $600 laptop. They have more views than a church that I looked at that spent about $6,000 on their rig. Okay, they have more views. So if it is dependent on the tech, how are these churches, these 2 churches, becoming more, getting more views and getting more reach than the church that spent $6,000? There's a post that I put out in the Church Media Hacks group that said share your stream. That's where those views, that's where those 3 case studies came from. Okay. And Martin said church isn't a building. Yeah, absolutely. So live streaming is not about the text. So what is live streaming about? The best camera and the best audio equipment is not going to get people watching. Okay. Just like the best preaching isn't going to automatically grow your church. There are multiple factors that get people into your church hearing the gospel. So yeah, the message is important, but it's all about, listen guys, it's all about how you engage your audience. Okay? It's all about how you engage your audience. And how do you do that? You do that, well, Tommy, yeah, great content. That's one way. But you do that by engaging them, getting to them and engaging them in the message. Okay? Just like I'm shouting out people as they comment, Terry, Tommy, KHEA Radio, Martin, love having you guys here. But it's about them, it's about how you're going to engage people with that. It's one of the live streaming essentials that I talked about in my live streaming boot camp. Okay. I'm not using quality lighting. I'm not using quality audio right here, but you guys are paying attention and you guys are being engaged. And I appreciate that. The thing that you have to worry about is engaging the people that are watching. Okay. My favorite way to do that right now is as your people are commenting, reply back to them. Okay. I watched a live stream last week that had their normal church service was 30 people. They're getting 200 active viewers. Uh, and one of the things that they do is everyone that comments on the stream, the church comments back. They say, "Hey, we're glad we're here. I'm watching from Scotland. Whoa, awesome! Glad you're watching. What time is it there? It's 10 a.m. here. What time is it there? Amen. That verse is so powerful. What about?" And they comment back. What about that verse is so powerful to you? Oh, it matches this life experience that I just went through. Amen. Love youth camp. Our kid loved youth camp. Hey Joe, thanks for commenting. What did your kids love specifically about that camp? And guess what? They continue watching. They continue engaging. They continue doing that. And Tommy said he's here because let me see if I can throw this up here real quick. Blah, blah. Why can I not put this up here? I don't know why. There we go. Add to broadcast. Boom. Tommy said he's here because he loves us. He loves CTA. We love you too. And look at that. Martin said it's almost midnight there in Scotland. Martin, when it's almost midnight, church media is the last thing on my mind. And you're here. That's amazing. Terry said, when they do a prayer service on Saturday, people watch and post prayers that they get to share. That is so amazing. That is so awesome. That's so powerful. That's so good. My microphone just went into noise canceling mode, so let me know if you guys can still hear me. Dude, that is so good for all of y'all. I'm so proud of all you guys for doing that. And when people reply and when people engage with you, that's a life. Okay, just like when someone's sitting in the seat, we want them in church because that's a story, that's a life, that is someone on their journey to be discipled by your church. The people behind your screen are doing the same thing. You guys are hardworking, dedicated, passionate people, and I want to make sure that you get everything you need to move to that next level. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this. Okay, we get a lot of questions that are like, what is the best microphone? Okay, cool. Audio, Tommy and Terry said audio is good. Thanks. We get questions like, what's the best microphone to use? Okay, guess what? If we tell them use this microphone, do you think their live stream audience doubles or triples? Let me know. If I told you what the best microphone is to get the best audio with your current setup, do you think that your audience would double or triple the following Sunday? Let's say even a month. Would your audience double or triple? Probably not, right? Probably not. You might get some people engaging, okay? But that's not the end all be all thing. It's not about the tech, it's how you engage. Anthony, yep, saying it right there. Nope. Martin saying definitely not. I'm assuming defo not. Yeah, no, it doesn't automatically go up, okay? It's a process. There are multiple factors here. But as I talk here in our group and share in our group using nothing but the tools that Facebook gives us, we have thousands of people in the Church Media Hacks group paying attention. Okay, we have more thousands watching on YouTube, And we got started with, I got started with nothing in my background. Dave is using Star Wars figurines as his background. And yeah, he's using a good camera. And yeah, we're using a good mic. But that's not the end all be all thing. I have, if you guys, if you guys pay attention to the emails that we send, I often mention that, I try to take on mentors in the business world and in the discipleship world, in the spiritual world. I always try to have someone discipling me, and I always want to have someone mentoring me. Kind of like, how if you're in a business world, when I worked at a university, I tried to have one of the directors pouring into me so I could find success when I was in that industry, in that world. And the my mentors right now make six figures, and they go live just like this. I'm using Ecamm Live right now, so I can have control over comments and lower thirds and stuff. They don't even do that. They just go live from their phone. Okay, and they're providing for their family. Their businesses are bringing in millions of dollars, um, and they're doing nothing but going live from their phone. Okay, they don't take the advice of a lot of the gurus out there. One of them, if you go to their Facebook page, there's like 14 followers, but their Facebook group has a lot of people paying attention because they're going live just like this and engaging with their audience and engaging with their people and checking in with them and following up with them. Nothing but their phone. Okay. So if live stream was all about the tech, why are these businesses making seven figures? Why are these churches bringing in hundreds of people watching using just their phone, using just their $800 laptop? They didn't spend $3,000. They didn't spend $6,000. When I came into my church, First Baptist Edinburgh, we had about 7 people watching the live stream. And we had, let me think about what we had. We had dropped $700 on Wirecast. We had dropped $2,500, probably closer to $3,000 on an iMac just to stream with. And then we had a $2,000 Sony camera. I don't remember the exact model. And then, of course, we dropped $100 on the capture card. So probably total, we're looking at about $5,500, $5,700, probably closer to $6,000 that we dropped at my church, First Baptist Edinburgh, and we had 7 people live streaming. That was over the course of, we had already been streaming for about a year when I came on board there. When I left, we were up to about 30 or 40 on the stream, and we didn't change a single thing about the gear. I guess we changed one thing. We switched to Ecamm Live, but that was more out of ease for us than people watching on the live stream. What changed? What changed? What took us from 7 to 40 people live streaming was engaging with the audience, engaging with the people live streaming. This was pre-coronavirus, by the way. Um, this was all about engaging people, and now they're hitting coronavirus numbers. They're hitting around 200, 300, 400 people watching in the live stream. Easter went up to 1,400. And the thing that separated that, the thing that boosted those numbers, besides obviously the coronavirus being something that, made everyone start streaming, the thing that boosted those numbers and made people start paying attention was engaging, okay? Engaging the people where they're at. And that means speaking the language, not being cheesy, not being Christiany, not saying, thanks for joining us this morning. We're so glad you're here, okay? We never said that one time. We said, where are you watching from? What do you need right now? Okay. Is your child going to youth camp? Is it anyone's birthday? Um, how are you holding? We lived on the coast, so hurricane season. How are you holding up during this hurricane season? And if someone said, "Holy cow, we're stuck, can't go to work, and we're on our last can of beans," okay. If someone said that, we immediately commented, "We're going to reach out to you to DM. We're going to send you a message. Not even send us a message and we'll help. No, we're going to send you a message, figure out where you live, and David's got a truck. If not, Pastor Jonathan has a boat, and we will get more food to you." Okay, and they were watching from their phone, hungry, and we engaged with them. We served them. People saw that, paid attention, saw the good work that people that love Jesus want to do, and they continue to engage with us even more. Okay? You cannot just depend on the technology to get people watching your live stream. You have to engage the people that are watching, ask the questions that are most important to them, reply to their comments, even if it's an amen, okay? Give it a like at the very least. But then said, yes, what is speaking to you right now? What do you need right now? Martin said, absolutely agree. Yes, amen. Uh, Terry said, we're struggling with our live stream audiences, but people will view it later. Yeah, 100%. You know, the things that are important to people, people will make time for. And so, you know, if you're struggling with your live stream audience, I would ask the question, why, right? You know, something that I worked through as well in my head, you know, we had at my church 160 people coming in person. And when we switched to live streaming, it dropped to about 80. So the way my brain works is, where did those other 80 people go? Okay. Because it was important for them to come experience community in person. But when we switched to broadcasting a message, half of those people dropped. So what happened to the other 80 people? Talking with some of the people, you know, we realized we're not there. We're not at church for the sermon. We're at church to grow, to meet with our brothers and sisters, to pray with each other, and to talk with each other. And so what we did was we kind of switched the live stream and said, okay, the live stream is not about the sermon. Pastor David's going to be on camera preaching, and you are more than welcome to just sit there and listen to the sermon and evaluate how it impacts your life. But also, if you want to just talk to your brothers and sisters in the chat, just do it. You are more than welcome to just talk about your dogs, your family, your community. You know, we're going to shut down any political views because that's not really what we want going on in the chat. But you're more than welcome to chat about any of that stuff while Pastor David's preaching. Okay. Um, and once people kind of felt comfortable with that kind of culture, live stream views raised. People were saying happy birthday. Hey, it's my wife's birthday. Awesome. Happy birthday. We love that. We'll shout that out. Pray for me here. People praying for each other in the chat. What does this song make you think of? People, you know, reading Bible scriptures in the chat, writing exhortations in the chat. That's huge. And then when you get the pastor in front of the camera, not just preaching from the pulpit with the camera zoomed in on him, but a pastor in front of the camera, just like I am here with you, seeing what people are commenting, that is a huge, huge thing that can encourage people, can engage them, and make them feel appreciated and loved. And then when you follow up with a Facebook message, a Facebook post, an Instagram DM, or an email, they're more likely to pay attention to you because they recognize that you recognize that they are not just a number right here on top that says so and so is watching, but they are actually a member of the community, and you actually care about them more than just hearing your pitch about Jesus, but you actually care about how good their life is and how they can live it fulfilled, how they can live it more abundantly with Jesus. Yafet said, we got about 3.4 thousand likes, but only about 140 watching on Sunday. How can I tap into that 3.4 more? Any recommendations? Yes. Number one, you got 3.4 thousand people liking, but only about 140 watching. So what that tells me is someone scrolling along Facebook, I'm assuming Facebook or YouTube, and they say, oh, it's the church. I like that. Next. So why are they scrolling past your church? Well, number one, they're probably not in the mood to sit through a 30-minute sermon. Let me put your thing on here so people can see what I'm talking about. They're probably not in the mood to watch an hour and a half sermon or an hour and a half service or an hour service or a 30-minute sermon, 20-minute sermon, maybe not even a 10-minute sermon. They're just not in that mood right now. So they're just scrolling on. So they like you, but you know, they're not engaging with you right there. So you might also be mentioning 3.4 thousand likes on your page, but only 140 watching on Sunday. So that's just a numbers game, right? Every church has more people on roll than they actually have coming to service. We had 160 people coming to service, but we had 600 people on roll. When we had a church of 300, we had 1,200 on roll, 1,600 on roll, but only 300 people come in to be in service. So you're never going to get all of that going through there. Also, you're going to have to play against the algorithm, right? You got 3,000 people that like your page. Only about 1% of those are actually going to see your posts. Maybe 1.4 if you're lucky. More realistically, 0.5% of your people. So what's 0.5% of 3,000? 10% is 300. 1% is 30. So if you're getting 140, you're actually doing pretty good. Okay. But you want to tap into it more. Number one, email. Okay. Those 3,000 people, get the, if you have their emails, get it. If you can get them on your chat bot, even better. And then when you go live, just text them, message them. Hey, I'm going live. Just like we do a Church Training Academy. Before we go live on YouTube, we email you. When we post an email video, when we post the YouTube video, we email you. Okay. If I hadn't already emailed you 2 times today, I would have emailed you about this live stream, but I just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait till tomorrow. Or Wednesday. I wanted to get this off my chest right now. So get them in there. Terry said people in chat do connect with each other. We also have several Zoom small groups. That's awesome. Tommy said his 10-minute morning devotion. And by the way, let me invite you here. Click that link. I think there's a link in the chat now. Click that link if you want to appear in the comment section below. Tommy said our 10-minute morning devotional is becoming very popular. Tommy, I am loving your morning devotional. And I said this in the insider group, and I hope I can say it here. Tommy, your church, your pastor looks like he's having way more fun and he's way more relational in that morning devotional than he typically was on a Sunday. Now, I think the Sunday sermons as well are experiencing that. But if you go back and watch a stream from 3 months ago versus a stream today, I think your pastor's enjoying himself much more, and it's rubbing off. It's rubbing off in a good way on the people that get to watch. So that's awesome. Yeah, very good. So I'm going to cut it there. So, live streaming is it's not about the tech. Because if you get a new microphone, if you get a new camera, you're not going to double, you're not going to triple the people watching. You know what will? Engaging with them, getting in front of them. I guarantee you, if you email your church on a Sunday morning before you go live, hey guys, we're going live. Here's the link. Click here to watch now. Guarantee twice as many people watching. Didn't cost you anything. You're already paying for your church messaging. Your church management system. It probably has an email feature built in. You email your people, they are going to click and watch, and you're going to double, you're going to triple just with that email, just by that. And you're going to keep them watching if you say, hey, I see you there watching. I'm thankful for you watching. I'm going to recognize your chats. I'm going to reply to your chats. It's going to keep them watching and keep them engaged. All right, this has been 20 minutes long. I only wanted it to be like 10 minutes long, but you guys kept urging me on, and so I just had to keep talking. Last thing, Martin said he has a couple people who don't have internet in their home, so we put service onto USB stick and deliver to them, and so they can watch and still feel connected with them. Hallelujah! That's why I love local church. I love that because you can't do that with an online church. I love it. Something similar due to stay-at-home orders and stuff. My church has a small group in Michigan. My church is a network of home churches essentially. Mother's Day plans have basically been ruined. I didn't get to see my mom for Mother's Day. I snuck away to her porch, left some flowers on her porch, and I knew she was going to be, she had to go to the grocery store. So I knew she was going to be out. So I snuck up and left her flowers, but I didn't get to see her. And that, it was hard. I didn't get to see my grandmother, and she didn't get to see her kids. But what one of our small groups did is someone in the small group went and got flowers for all the moms in his group and basically delivered flowers to these moms. Some of them, their kids didn't live in the area. Some of them, it was a hard time. And of course, the group didn't get to celebrate Mother's Day. We're in a small group. When you go to a church, the church recognizes it's Mother's Day. But, this small group member took it upon himself to deliver flowers to all the moms. And I love that. I love that. And you just don't get that anywhere else. So, delivering USB sticks, delivering CDs. I love all of that to people who can't get it. I used to work in a military community, and our church would send CDs out to the soldiers overseas. So that was very important. So we kept that alive a lot longer than I wanted to some days because it was work. but it was worth doing. So good job. Love that. I love the USB deliveries. So anyways, thanks you guys for watching. If you have any other questions, leave a comment down below. And as always, if you want to take your ministry up to the next level, churchtrainingacademy.com/join. That will get you our insider program where you can talk to me just like this every 2 weeks, talk with Dave just like this every 2 weeks. We do our group coaching. And then you also get access to our Facebook group where me and Dave can work with you one-on-one on your projects. So anyways, just feel like I have to put that out there. If you want to take it to the next level, if not, keep up the good work. Keep hungry. Stay hungry. We go live tomorrow around 11 o'clock a.m. Central. That's 12 o'clock Eastern, right around lunchtime. God bless you guys. Keep up the good work.